We got pop song review. Taylor Swift's The Fate of Ophelia. Now, I don't know what's happening here. Something, I guess, spooky Halloween or something. But, yeah, in the thumbnail, it said Taylor's worst album. Which, I mean, I couldn't really know because I haven't really... The only album by Taylor I've listened to in full is The Life of a Showgirl, so I can't really speak on that, but it might be. It wasn't that good. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I listened to it, it wasn't that good. So, hey, who knows? But Todd is here to talk about that.
The Taylor alarm has been going off for 2 weeks. I don't know how to make it stop. I unplugged it and everything. I mean, hold on. Well, need a new computer, I guess. Silk Song's gonna have to wait. Anyway, Jesus Christ.
Oh, hi! Fever dream high in the
It's been a while since Taylor Swift did something to piss everyone off, right? Like, the past 5 years of Taylor Swift have been an unmitigated rout of the music industry, or basically any entertainment industry, which is really impressive considering that whatever you want to say about Taylor Swift, she is not a multi-hyphenate. She doesn't write books. She has about 5 minutes of screen time as an actress. All she does is make pop music in a time where musicians have gotten pretty low on the fame scale. Below not just actors and athletes, but also YouTubers, streamers, political assassins, and yet there is Taylor Swift on top of the fucking...
everyone agrees, like, I'm bigger than Drake, right? So, how the times have changed, man.
There is probably not a more popular person in showbiz right now, or in the past 20 years. Seems like she was about due for a backlash, right? She gets one of those every few years, and, well, right on schedule.
This morning, it's showtime for The Life of a Showgirl.
Literally all my timeline has talked about for the past month is Taylor Swift and her new album, The Life of a Showgirl. Now, keep in mind that after 4 albums of folky dream pop, this was supposed to be her return to upbeat music, working with Max Martin again and so on, and I guess people were really excited. But the reaction has not been good.
Critics question, where are the bangers?
The backlash was already bad even before
it's a pretty good question, honestly.
Since VIP fans with preview access were leaking whatever they could, and the online reaction was already extremely negative, if not in outright disbelief that these leaks could be accurate. Like, surely she does not have a whole song about fucking internet comments.
Everybody's so punk on the internet. Everyone's
I thought he was gonna say fucking Travis Kelce's dick.
Just trolling and memes.
Surely she did not drop a shockingly misconceived diss track at Charlie XCX.
But it's precious.
Okay, yeah. When that leak came out, I was like, no shot, this is real. I was actually like, bro. When this came out, like, well, when it leaked, I was like, bro, there's no shot, and like, it was real. Like, damn, bro.
Surely, this album could not possibly have an entire song dedicated to her fiance's penis.
Redwood tree, it ain't hard to see his love was the key that opened my thighs.
It was all true. And in the wake of it, Taylor sort of released a statement saying, well, all the chaos is only helping me, so I still win.
Yeah, I mean, I welcome the chaos. The rule of show business is if it's the first week of my album release and you are saying either my name or my album title, you're helping.
Which is a hilariously defensive thing to say for something that's undeniably true. Like, people bought this record like people still bought records. This record is setting records for how much it sold. It's nuts. You would think she was coming off a Thriller or something and not fucking Tortured Poets Department, which is no one's favorite Taylor Swift album. So yes, the chaos is
also
undeniably helping her. But It is striking to hear her admit that the rollout has in fact been complete chaos.
Everybody is allowed to feel exactly how they want. I know what I made. I know I adore it.
Dude,
Why does she
Taylor,
sound like
do
AI?
you really know what you made? Well, let's just get into it. It's awful. It's one of the worst albums of the year. Every single one of Taylor's worst traits. Her latter-day overwriting, her tissue paper thin skin, her inability to talk about adult topics without sounding ridiculous, the bland musical aesthetic, her fading ability to write a decent chorus, her seething insistence that she is not mad. It's like she combined the worst parts of all her worst records into one record. So naturally, I felt the need to weigh in, if only to untangle how Taylor Swift still has so much power over the discourse. Like that previous record, that got the response it should have gotten. Huge numbers from the fans, but if you weren't a stan, you didn't have to care anymore. You know, like how we feel about Marvel movies right now, right? I should have been similarly
Like, no, let's be honest. Nobody cared about Fortnite. Like, Fortnite was such a nothing thing. Like, no one outside of, like, the whole fucking Taylor Swift sphere, like, really cared about it after, like, a month.
But
I mean, you could also see that in the charts too. Like, it didn't do as well as like a Taylor Swift single should do.
Well, I was
like
not.
The Fate of Ophelia is doing as good as a Taylor Swift like single should do.
Like I
lead
literally
single.
woke up angry the next morning, angry at the album, angry at her, angry at myself for ever liking anything she'd ever made. Like, Christ, I paid money to see her in concert, a lot of money. I was disgusted with myself, which, I mean, that's a weird reaction, right? That's a lot. I guess I can't really judge any of the Swifties for being overinvested if I'm out here reacting like that. Although in my defense, it does seem to be mutual, since she's writing so many songs about internet haters like me. God, she thinks about me a lot, honestly. It's actually romantic. But the problem is, I work slowly, so I figured this album was already going to be picked to death.
Will Talks Music.
To it. I might as well just cover
I know
some
him.
obscurity from the 70s like I tend to do. But then I realized that, wait, there would be at least one song that wouldn't have been pulled apart yet. One little song that might have gone unnoticed and unexamined and avoided all the discourse and drama. And that song, of course, is the biggest hit on the album. There once was a time when a lead single from a Taylor album was a mind-blowing event. Whether you loved it or hated it, it was always the kind of omnipresent mega hit that defines the era.
Yeah.
And while they never stopped putting up big numbers, things eventually started to slip. 2017's reputation was led with Look What You Made Me Do, which was weird and awful and, you know, it was a hit, but it definitely wasn't the song of the summer or anything. 2019's Lover was led by Me.
I feel like, I think I know what he's saying, but like, obviously, like this whole thing was like a moment, right? I guess like song wise and like, you know, like I don't know, like radio wise. Like, obviously, this is played like a little bit on the radio, but like it wasn't like you said, it wasn't a song of the summer.
Or anything.
But like it definitely was a moment, 100%.
Lover was led by Me, a song so bad even Swifties make fun of it.
Yeah.
And after that, she effectively gave up making radio hits. Her next few albums restored her cred, but the lead singles seem to be more or less picked at random and aren't really considered highlights. Even the Exception, Anti-Hero, which was an absolute home run, even that one, I remember Taylor saying she decided on it at the last minute, and that they were surprised how well it did. How she didn't immediately realize she'd written a mega smash, I don't know. I think Taylor just loves all her babies equally.
Holy shit.
Oh my god, did we just do like this whole verse and chorus?
Like, nothing wrong with that. She clearly still takes a lot of joy in her work, but that, combined with her massive level
thought
of
that show
wealth
was
and fame,
like
means she's become a very
the greatest song of all time. What was that?
And I'm not sure she picked any better on this album. Okay, so this is the Fate of Ophelia. And it's going to be the biggest hit of the next few months just by virtue of being the official lead single. And then presumably within the next 5 years, the actual biggest song will emerge as a fan favorite, and Taylor will find a way to make that a hit retroactively. Or not. The response to this album has been so rocky that The Fate of Ophelia might end up seen as a highlight just by not being overtly embarrassing compared to... Yeah. Well, if this is supposed to be one of the good songs, gotta say, don't agree. Nope. Most of the criticism of the album is about this brutal stretch, but I was already unhappy after the first song. And the more
Really?
I listen to it, the more I think it.
Bro, I
really
don't know.
shows
When I first heard these three like it's like okay, all right, and then like it started. Oh, okay, yeah, this is not very good. You know, like I thought these three were like all right, like okay, let's get into it. You know, type. You know, let's get into it, and then the rest. Yeah,
I was already unhappy after the first song.
Yeah.
And the more I listen to it, the more I think it really shows how Taylor lost her way in general. All right, so to explain the song, we're gonna have to unload a little Taylor lore.
Bro pulled out the Bible. What the hell?
This is 2023. I need 24.
Good one.
Right. In the last year or so, Taylor Swift achieved her greatest goal yet. Greater than even all her other achievements, dating a football player. She has been wanting this for some time. Anyway, that guy is, of course, superstar and 3-time Super Bowl winner Travis Kelce. They are an extremely public-facing couple. You know, it's weird for all the famous men Taylor Swift has dated. She's never been in a power couple before now.
John Mayer mentioned.
Engaged. She announced it with the obnoxious caption, "Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married." But for the record, I did think they were charming enough. You know, it's the perfect all-American image, the football star and the most popular girl in school. I'm not immune to that. And you know, she was always
Song
there
choice
at the
is funny.
games, cheering like a maniac, just locked the fuck in, whether things were good or bad.
Mahomes over the middle, Kelce. Oh, it's picked off. It's Makuba who's got it, and room to run. One man to beat.
I respect that. That's a true fan. It was cute. Not so cute that I didn't laugh my ass off when they got whipped in the last Super Bowl, but you know, still cute. And crucially, she was just coming off of 2 brutal breakups in a row. So now that she's, you know, happy, she wrote this song about him and about how he rescued her from the fate of Ophelia.
I don't even know what that is. I'm not gonna lie to you.
The girlfriend of Hamlet. You know, I'm not the most cultured guy.
Nah, I don't know anything about this
It's been a while
shit.
since 12th grade, but what I remember is that Hamlet yells at her that she should be a nun or something.
Get thee to a nunnery. Go.
He treats her like shit. Everyone else in the play treats her like shit until she tosses herself in the river. That's what Taylor was rescued from: despair and misery and a watery grave. Sure. Okay.
So Travis Kelce
Let's
is the
see how
river?
she describes it.
I heard you calling on the megaphone. You wanna see me all alone. As legend has it, you are quite the pyro. You light the match to watch it blow.
Uh-huh. Okay. I see that Taylor brought out her most purple pen to write this one. I guess the title was a tip-off.
You never call for me. I might have drowned in melancholy.
Maybe I know too much about both pop music and football, but this is just a very funny way to describe this relationship.
All that time I sat alone in my tower. You were just honing your powers. Now I can see it all.
Like, remember, we're talking about this guy.
And you dig it.
Like, this is the dude that inspires her to reference Shakespeare. She's really struggling to make poetry out of it.
Heard you calling on the megaphone.
Yeah, he shot his shot over the internet. That's what that means. The word butthurt was used. And then, you know, he's a pyro?
You light the match to watch it blow.
Does he? If he does, he sure hides it from the public pretty well. Like, he's a
Bro's
really
hair is crazy. What the fuck was that
uncontroversial
shit?
player. I guess he probably talks trash on the field, but otherwise he's this goofy slab of meat who likes running routes and selling insurance.
He'll see how much you can save by bundling home and auto.
This is the guy we're writing sonnets about? Or, I don't know, maybe that's the point.
I might have drowned in melancholy.
Maybe he saved her from the Shakespearean tragedy she was in by being like the opposite of that. I kind of imagine him busting through the stage scenery in this video like the Kool-Aid Man. You know what? Maybe that was exactly what she needed. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe we're going somewhere with this. Let's keep listening.
100 on the land, the sea, the sky. Pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibes.
Yeah, keep it 100 on the land, the sea, I'm sorry, are these real lyrics?
Here where the hell you been? 'Cause now your mind is about to be the sleepless night you've been dreaming of. The fate of Ophelia.
I'm just, what is this songwriting? I love you. We're gonna fuck all night. The fate of Ophelia.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
What is this structure? Am I not getting something? Or maybe I'm just not.
What's wrong? What's wrong with that? Like she, look, it's like you said, bro. Travis Kelce lighting fires on the football field, I guess, and then going to love Taylor Swift, and then they fuck. I guess she's just giving us the timeline, and then that's the fate of Ophelia. That not too complicated.
Yeah, God knows there's been a lot of stuff written about her that I haven't read. Maybe Taylor is operating on levels I'm not getting here. Play it again. Ophelia wasn't in a fucking tower.
I wouldn't know that.
Tower? What tower? I don't remember a tower. No, there's no tower. Did she get her confused with Rapunzel? What are we talking about? I'm not sure my English teacher has done the reading, which means that we are gonna have to reach back for this because this isn't her first muddled reference to literature.
We were both young when I first saw
we went back.
2009, an
Hella.
adorable teenage girl named Taylor Swift put out her second album and launched to superstardom off the strength of such songs as Love Story, an innocent fantasy about being a Juliet rescued by her Romeo. Obviously, the actual Shakespeare ends differently, but, that's not a Taylor thing, that's just a common expression. It's the other reference where it got confusing. Scarlet? The Scarlet Letter. Taylor, what do you think that book is about? I mean, I know this is a very worn-out criticism by this point.
Fuck, wait, did I need to do like homework before this video? Because like I don't even know what he's talking
Rush
about.
past that she thought.
Is it bad? I don't know. It's bad. I don't know what that is.
Book about slut shaming. Was
Look, the only books I've read in high school so far have been Hunger Games, Fault in Our Stars, Macbeth. I think that's one. What was the book, the play or book or where like it was like witches and everybody was dying? I don't remember. To Kill a Mockingbird. We read that. Kite Runner. But yeah, none of this. Oh, oh my God, we read Romeo and Juliet. I remember that. But I don't know the rest of them. Shit.
Related to her teen romance fantasy.
I don't know what Scarlet Letter is. I don't know what that is.
Okay, when I was in college, I saw a classmate get angry at the copier in the library because it was printing the copies upside down. And I was like, well, you can just, turn it over. And then I left. And then as I was walking out, I was like, did that just fucking happen? And I looked at that classmate a little differently from then on. And that's also kind of how I reacted to Love Story. Just, oh. But people really love that song, and I just never got it, or that era of Taylor in general. I just don't get what this offers to an adult audience. Like, if you were 10 when you first heard it, sure. But if you've, heard other songs before, then what could possibly interest you about this? How does this improve on anything you've ever heard?
It's the basic white girl pop music that everyone needs sometimes in their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, not too much of substance, just dumb enough for people to vibe to. Like, and it's not cringe. It's cringy, but it's not cringy enough for people to not like it. Like, it's cringe gathers people. You know what I'm saying?
It kind of reminds me of that other inexplicably popular mega hit from 2009, Avatar. Made $1 bajillion.
I never watched this
so much that they were depressed that it ended. And I was just sitting there baffled that someone could watch this and be impressed with, writing or acting or themes this incredibly shallow and boring and basic. I guess that's the word
basically
for it,
what I just said.
Basic. It's just so broad and cliche-ridden and flavorless. I definitely didn't think
That's
this
why
was the
people
makings
like
of an
it,
artist
though.
that'd have to be analyzed for the rest of my-
People complain about cliches and basicness, but you need your some people, most people need their small amount of cliche and basicness just a little bit in their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, your life can't all be complex. Sometimes you got to sit down and just like be basic as fuck. That's just how life is.
Goddamn life.
No cap.
But you know, I've had 15 years to try and see what everyone else sees in this era, and okay, I'll concede the point. Basic doesn't mean bad. Avatar is a movie
That's
about a
usually what
good
I said.
guy and a bad guy, and the bad guys do a lot of bad things because they're bad, so the good guy fights them because he's so good, and he beats the bad guy because he's the good guy. I get that. Like, ignoring the characters, dialogue, condescending racism, ignoring all that, I do see the appeal. There's a purity to it. It's classic, it's focus grouped, and it works.
True.
But if you took Avatar and then you added like 15 new different characters, all with their own separate subplots, and also some kind of incomprehensible mythology where Sigourney Weaver is her own teenage daughter connected to the core of the planet or some fucking shit, but all the characters in this overcomplicated plot are still all one
Shit turned into a movie review.
What are we even fucking doing? This isn't a tangent. I'm going somewhere with this. Love Story and The Fate of Ophelia are, in many ways, the same song. The same song about the same topic. I was sad, my life was a tragedy, but now it's happy because now I'm in love.
True.
But there are differences. For one thing, one is named Love Story, and the other is fucking named The Fate of Ophelia. Ophelia. The Fate of Ophelia. I just hate saying it. Like, that's the name of a live journal. Like, that's way too lofty a title for a song that isn't remotely that deep. Like, this is a problem with her in general since she got ambitious. Like, she started hanging out with all these indie stars, and she clearly aspires to do what they do.
I was a functioning
Alcoholic, and nobody noticed my new aesthetic.
And for a while, she was pulling it off, but these days it's just wrecked her as a lyricist. When I saw her live and she did Love Story, some guy in the row in front of me proposed to his boyfriend during it. It's a love story, baby, just say yes. Two guys got engaged in front of me to that song, and it was fucking beautiful. Now, imagine the couple of any kind that does that for The Fate of Ophelia.
Nope. Hell no.
Imagine the soundtrack to your big moment being keep it 100 on the land, the sea, the sky, pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibe.
Bars.
I mean, I think we're still about a year or two off before it's okay for white people to say keep it 100. It's borderline, I'm not gonna make a thing of it, but still, what kind of people feels any kind of connection to lyrics like that? You can't even say it's for pretentious poety types because they would probably have less normie taste than Taylor fucking Swift and Ophelia. Okay. To the extent that I have seen people talk about this song, it's been about her misinterpreting Ophelia's arc in Hamlet. Look, I'm not as deep as those people, I'm no scholar. But what I remember is that she dated a jerk and then she jumped in the lake. So I don't remember much. But apparently I remember more than Taylor because all she seems to know about Ophelia is that she died.
I might have drowned in the melancholy.
Like, Ophelia got abused until she drowned herself. Is melancholy really the word to describe that? Like, I think that more describes you, Taylor. Like, you got ghosted by a guy and it made you really mopey and dump out a lot of boring songs. It's not really the story of Ophelia, who was pushed around and forced to do
Hey, Fortnite's not a boring song. That song is fire.
Became a broken wretch babbling to herself. Taylor could have picked Madame Bovary, or Anna Karenina, or The Lady of Shalott, or Virginia Woolf, or Sylvia Plath in real life, or any other tragic
Okay, but
heroine.
it doesn't go off the tongue, you know, like
Karenina, or The Lady of Shalott, or
The Fate of the Lady of Shalott. Like, nah, bro. Nobody's saying that.
Virginia Woolf, or Sylvia Plath in real life, or any other tragic
Sylvia Plath, The Fate of Sylvia, like what?
heroine,
Bro?
but not Ophelia.
No. gonna flow off the tongue. You know what I'm saying?
She spends the entire second verse trying to describe Ophelia in a way that kind of resembles her own story.
Love was a cold bed full of scorpions. The venom stole her sanity.
But I don't buy for a second that she sees herself in Ophelia. Let me say first, before I get into it, that I don't like main character syndrome as a criticism, especially in terms of songwriting. Like, who's gonna write about you if not you? But if main character syndrome is a real thing, then Taylor Swift certainly has it. And quite frankly, there's a pretty strong case that she's right about being the main character of reality. That's why I don't buy that Taylor sees herself as Ophelia, simply because Ophelia's not the main character. I'm supposed to connect Taylor Swift to some side character getting pushed around by more important people in the story? Taylor fucking Swift? No. If Taylor
That's a good
Swift saw
point.
herself as Alf, that'd still be closer to Taylor Swift than goddamn Ophelia. At least Alf's in the title. But even if her knowledge of Shakespeare was unimpeachable, even if she got every detail right with footnotes and annotations, even if all that, this song would still not work. Simple characters need simple plots, just like songs with simple topics need direct lyrics. There's just so many fucking words in this. Words, not good words either. The imagery doesn't make any sense. The hook has been smothered. This is supposed to be my English teacher? I cannot stop thinking about that. Your English teacher. Like, why? Why is she my English teacher? Shouldn't that be your music teacher? You know, music, the only thing she does? But that's the thing, right? I know why she didn't
Nah,
say
but the music teacher don't be doing nothing, bro. Like, imagine, bro, like, you guys remember in school when you were young, all the music teacher did, bro, they gave you, like, a recorder, and they made you memorize, like, music notes, and that was it. Like, there is nothing there. Unless, like, other people had different experiences with music like, they put a fucking recorder in your hand, and there you go, that's your instrument. Like,
because not all of us had a music teacher, but we all had an English teacher. So she picks the more common relationship to reinforce that parasocial connection. Like, you're not my anything, Taylor. But that's why she's as big as she is. She's done
you
such
are
a
my
good job of
sunshine.
planting that headcanon imaginary friend Taylor in everyone's heads. I heard some wish casting that this album is so bad it might finally end the age of Taylor, and reports are that sales are slowing down much more quickly than her other records. But at Taylor Swift's level, that doesn't really mean anything. That's her power. Like,
yeah, that's true.
I went to a bar the other night, and they were just finishing up a Taylor Swift listening event. The album had already been out for a week, mind you, and all the Swifties there were super jazzed about it. No hint at all that this wasn't another giant home run for Taylor Swift. I knew someone there, and she told me repeatedly that the album was so fun. So Taylor Swift is not going anywhere, like it or not. But let's be clear, no one else could get away with the song this bad. If she released this in 2009, she would not be famous now. This song doesn't work at all. It's confused and muddled with moody minor key verses that fight the chorus. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be feeling listening to it. Happy? Sad? Just glorying in the joy of listening to yet more Taylor Swift, I guess. Taylor Swift has made both good pop and good poetry, sometimes even both at the same time, but she's not doing either on this record. The storytelling is a mess, and it's only catchy enough to be annoying. Like, if she wants to be the English teacher, because I think she does have ambitions to be a poet or whatever, if she wants to be an English teacher, here's a thought: write fiction. Write more fiction. She did that on, like, one album, and everyone loved it. And it was a relief to hear she had other things on her mind than Taylor Swift. I say she goes back to that, because all the Taylor lore has gotten so exhausting.
Right.
It all depends on being.
But I mean, and also,
invested.
like, if she does stay with Travis Kelce, like, she's gonna run out of material. I feel like you can only talk about your fucking fiance's dick for one album. Let's be honest. Like, it's not. If you're doing it for another, it'll just kind of get stale. So, and the thing with Taylor Swift albums is a lot of them are, I feel like, filled with stuff like in her personal life, obviously breakups, you know, like new romances with this album. And then I feel like the next album, like, what would she have to say? You know what I'm saying? Like, think of Taylor Swift, there's so many things happening. There was always so many things happening with her, right? And then I feel like now that, you know, she's kind of settled down. What was the fucking song? Wish List. Talk about, I'm going to suburban. I forgot how the fucking song went. But something about Real Madrid and basketball hoops. That's what she wants. you can really only talk about that for one album, and she kind of already did it. So I feel like unless she breaks up with Travis Kelce, or I don't know, someone close to her dies or something traumatic or something, then I don't know. I feel like the stuff that she'd write about wouldn't be as like interesting. You know what I'm saying? Especially if she's trying to go for that fucking settle down, like, oh, settle down, we'll have 2 kids, yada yada, basketball hoop, you know? And then she might have to go to fiction.
In Taylor Swift,
who knows though?
I just don't enjoy anymore. Oh, who am I kidding? I love this shit. God, it's been so weird being positive about Taylor Swift for this long. I'm back, baby. Life of an internet reviewer.
You saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia.
That's the cover.
I will say this, it's a really good music video. She's a good director. I don't know about the writing though. The thing about Taylor Swift is that despite her literary aspirations, she never actually went to college. I can tell you who did go to college though. Us, over at Nebula. You see, every year,
and me next year, Notre Dame, please accept me.
Plunges the entire campus into
I literally have to do my Notre Dame application after this. This is literally the last day, November 1st. Guys, please pray for me. I'm gonna have to do like 4 supplementals in less than 3 hours.
It's chaos. If this sounds interesting,
Notre Dame!
You should watch Scav, a new show by the creators of Jet Lag the Game. It follows 3 top teams as they race to complete the list, and answering the question of what happens when the best and brightest try to find the goofiest items you can think of. And if you want to see that, you can check out the trailer below before it premieres on November 5th exclusively on Nebula, the creator-built platform that's home to smart, weird, one-of-a-kind shows you won't find anywhere else. And you'll also find exclusives from Jesse Gender, Lindsay Ellis, and other brilliant minds behind the internet's best content. Plus, you'd be helping me out, which I'd appreciate. Especially if you use my creator code. See, they also give out lifetime subscriptions. They last for literally as long as both you and Nebula exist. Usually it's $500, but if you use my code, you can get it for only $300. That's literally a 40% discount. Or if you just want to do it monthly, you can get 40% off that too using my code. There's no ads, no algorithms.
Why would you do the lifetime one? I feel like bro, why? Unless you're like rich and you don't care, but like if you're like, bro, $3 a month, like what? Obviously, I don't know. And also, you don't know how long this platform is gonna last. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that I've never seen anybody talk about Nebula apart from Todd. I mean, maybe like other creators that are on there, but like I don't know, like are they holding up? Or do people actually use this app? Because I've never seen anybody else talk about it.
40% off that.
So imagine like, bro, you like buy a lifetime fucking membership, and then like 3 months after the fucking whole platform shuts down. Yeah, hell no.
Using my code. There's no ads, no algorithm, just high quality stuff made by great non-slop artists.
Yes, they give you your money back.
So if you want to watch Scav or the other amazing Nebula originals, use my link.
And
to get
you don't even know
off.
what type of content is on there, bro. Like you don't even. Well, I mean, I guess like if you look, but like you don't know. I guess you'd have to look before, but I don't know.
That's just $36 a year or $3 a month. Click
Everyone's probably
scan
clicked off
QR
by
code
now
and start
or skipped, so
now.
it is this shit doesn't
Thank
matter.
you. Good night.
Hey, if you're here right now, say poop in the comments.
This ain't the Chelsea Hotel. We're modern idiots. And who's gonna hold you?
Alright guys, that's I'm gonna watch this video next, but that is Pop Song Review, The Fate of Ophelia. Most of the stuff that Todd said, I kind of agree with. I don't know if he hates the song. I guess he just dislikes it. I'm fine with the song. It's just mid, especially compared to the other songs on that album. It's okay. It's nothing crazy. I forget it exists all the time. I'm not gonna lie to you, but like, hey, you know. But yeah, guys, go subscribe to Todd in the Shadows. Subscribe to me. Go get a Nebula subscription. And go get. While you're at it, go subscribe to Sean Wolf too.